From cooking bacon on the side of her bed to eating an extra large pizza literally the night before she met with Dr. Now, Lashanta from season 7 of My 600 Pound Life is, in my opinion, the most irritating star ever on My 600 Pound Life. Dr. Now gave Lashanta chance after chance to lose weight and to qualify for weight loss surgery, but she just threw every opportunity she had away, and instead of changing her life around for the better, she now begs for money on Instagram. In the beginning of her episode though, she talks about how badly she wants to change her life and how much of an issue her weight has become.
Get up, help. I gotta pee. I hate what my life has become because I'm living in constant misery now. My weight has gotten so out of control. It's taken almost everything from me. And with all this weight on me, my whole body feel like it's constantly crushed. The pain is unbearable. And because of that, I can't get around. And I've been trapped in this bed for years now. I can't even go to the bathroom on my own anymore. The best I could do is scoot to the end of my bed and use a bowl that my boyfriend JT brings me.
I'll save your eyes from showing you the actual bucket, but it was nearly overflowing because she drinks so many full sugar drinks a day. Lashanta's legs just aren't strong enough to hold her body anymore, so when she washes, she has to do it from her bed. Her boyfriend JT takes on the majority of the work and helping keeping her clean, but because there's so much of her, it's not an easy task.
And once JT bring me my water and my soap, I try and clean myself.
You got everything you need?
I got everything.
Alright. Well, just let me know when you're ready for me to, catch up.
But it's one of the most strenuous things I do all day because I have to try to move around and reach other parts of my body and then lift myself to try to clean other areas I need. And it gets to be too much. And so I even have to have help with that. Come on, you get my bag.
Lashanta, there's a lot of things that she cannot do. So I have to help Lashanta from time to time with a lot of things that she needs. But we get through it. We love each other and I love her, so I'm going to support her and be there for her.
It's not just that bath that Lashanta has to do from her bed, but she also cooks from there. And I don't think there's going to be anything more disgusting than doing that. She literally handles raw bacon while she's still tucked under her duvet. Like, it's genuinely rank.
Food is the only joy and pleasure I have now. It's the only thing I really have to look forward to anymore. Sometimes I'm tired of my life, but then I think about food, and then I get excited again.
Because Lashanta's entire life is focused around food, she makes everyone in her household practically serve her, demanding food whenever she wants and needing it immediately. And that includes JT, but also her two sons, who are genuinely worried about making their own mom angry if they don't bring her food quickly enough.
Lashanta, when she's ready to eat, she's ready to eat. Okay? Don't get in the way of her food. See, if I'm delaying helping her cook, or going to the store and get food, or she gets mad.
And I always wonder what they're scared of, because it's not like she can chase them out of the room. Just let her scream and shout all she wants and just don't bring her food, because at that point you're genuinely killing her. Lashanta turns to food whenever she feels the slightest bit uncomfortable though, so it's really no surprise that she got this fat, especially when she admits that she eats enough food for 3 people. And to be honest, I would say it's closer to 5 or 6 when you watch her eat.
And I can never get enough. When I eat, I be on top of the world. Nobody can tell me nothing. And when I be upset, when I be angry, depressed, that's when I turn into my food. And I eat enough food for 3 people, plus bread. I always want to eat. And when I stop and I finish what I have, I can't wait till I have more. So I'm already thinking how I'm going to make the next meal.
I think my mama is addicted to food. I'd rather she eat more healthy stuff, But my mama asked me to bring her stuff, I bring it to her. Because if I say no to mom, she might go 0 to 100 on me.
Food is my everything. It's my purpose and what I live for. So I keep eating and I keep getting bigger. I never thought my life could wind up like this. I never thought I was going to grow out of proportion like this. Living in my bed.
Lashanta lives a very disordered life. Her kids are afraid of her because she gets too angry when they don't bring her food, and her boyfriend does absolutely everything for her. But she doesn't say it this way. Lashanta claims that she cooks every day for her family, but in reality, she's just seasoning a bit of food and plating it up on the bed, which I bet is so she can control the portion sizes and make sure she gets the biggest one. She's always loved food, but started to realize she had a problem when she was just 10 years old. Her parents got divorced because her dad cheated on her mom, and he was kicked out of the family home. Lashanta turned to food to cope because she hated feeling like her dad didn't care about her, but her obsession quickly began to spiral out of control.
After my parents divorced, my life was never the same. Well, I guess I had to grow up fast. I was just barely 10 years old. So that's when I realized I was eating something that I really liked. I felt better. So I just started eating a lot. I didn't have a babysitter. I was the babysitter. I did what I wanted. And eating made me happy because food made all my pain and all my misery of my life go away. So around 10, that's when I started to eat a lot and gain a lot.
I used to tell her all the time, girl, you're getting too damn big, you better lose some weight.
By the time I was 13, I was over 200 pounds. But that wasn't what changed my life the most at that time.
But her parents' divorce would be the least of her worries, as Lashanta actually ended up becoming a teen mother when she was barely 13 years old.
I was dating a 16-year-old boy then, and that led to me getting pregnant when I was 13. So my life completely changed after that happened, because I had my baby when I was 14. And my boyfriend denied the child was his, so we broke up. At first, I had kept my pregnancy from my mom. I really thought she was gonna get mad, but she didn't. She just told me the fun time is over. You're gonna get a job and you're gonna take care of your own baby. So I dropped out of school after 9th grade, and I got a job at a fast food place. And I had my first baby, Tyrone, but I got really depressed. At the state of my life then, I was thinking that I don't regret my baby, but really I just wish that I stayed in a child place. I want to be grown too early. So to deal with that, I started eating more and more. And in the midst of all that food at work, I eat on the clock, I eat on the break, I ate when I came home, and it got even worse because I moved out my mom's house. At the age of 15, I had my own apartment, and I called the shots. And that's when the weight really increased.
Working in retail or food service is a rite of passage for any teenager, but when someone like Lashanta starts working at a fast food restaurant, you can tell it's going to be a dangerous game. So many patients on my 600 pound life start out working at a McDonald's or a Burger King because they just get to eat free food during the shift, and the weight they pile on is absolutely insane. During this time, Lashanta gained another 100 pounds by the time she was 16, and then a year later, she gave birth to her second child with a second boyfriend. The relationship quickly turned sour as her partner was arrested for domestic abuse, leaving Lashanta a single mom to 2 kids with 2 different dads. Overwhelmed with stress, Lashanta just continued eating, getting up to 425 pounds by the time she was only 20 years old. She gained another 100 pounds over the next few years, spending every day working and eating and not much else. Money was tight, and Lashanta hints at even prostituting herself for money for food. It's sad to think of what her parenting was like with her 2 kids, with the mom spending all the money on food. Despite this, Lashanta went on to have 2 more kids by the time she was 30, even though the weight kept increasing and she nearly weighed 600 pounds.
And when I was around 35, I was getting close to being 600 pounds. I was still mobile, but that's when that started to change. It got to the point that my legs would get stiff a lot. I had to walk with crutches. Then it got to the point that I couldn't walk at all. So for the last 2 years of my life, I've been bedbound. My sons, G and Sean, started doing everything for me, and I feel ashamed of that. But I have no choice at this point. Come in. And when my boys and JT aren't around, my neighbor have to help me and bring me food.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've been concerned, you know. No mother do not like no big fat ass daughter. Lashanta really cannot do nothing for herself.
Lashanta met JT only 6 months ago, so before that, it was just her mom and kids looking after her. But Lashanta's mom has a lot to say about her weight and doesn't let her get off easy whatsoever.
But I worry about her weight. My worst fear that I might come here and she's dead in the bed. So I always talk to Lashanta about her weight, but she gets mad. Fat people don't like for you to tell them they fat, you know.
Lashanta just can't take any criticism whatsoever because she gets so uncomfortable when people mention that weight that she just turns to food anyway. It's almost worse confronting her about her eating because she'll just go and eat more to make herself feel better.
I'm gonna wind up dying in this bed. I don't think I have that long to live. I'm about to leave my children without a mother. And thinking about that, it hurts. It really do. It hurts because I know I need to make a change. So I have to do this now before food takes the last thing it can from me. and I eat myself to death.
But no matter how much Lashanta eats, she can't escape, knowing that she will end up killing herself with her addiction. Having never tried to lose weight before though, Lashanta turns to the expert Dr. Now, where she'll try and travel 7 hours by car to visit him for their first appointment. But there's just one small problem. She needs the fire crew and ambulance service to get her out of her house because she can't walk on her own, and she'll need a team to help lift her.
Alright, we got a plan for you, okay? What we're gonna do is have you get over on the stretcher, okay?
Okay.
From here, we're gonna take you out to your car and get you put in there, okay? We're not gonna be able to lift it up to support your back, okay? None of this is gonna be easy, but we're gonna do the best we can with you.
Oh.
Alright? But you are gonna have to sit up while you're on here.
Oh, all right.
When you ready to start, we ready.
Well, I need somebody over here.
Hold up, let's use this. Just use that.
Comfortable? Hold on, let me
Oh, no, I can slide.
You're gonna have to.
I got this. I'm gonna show y'all. I can get this.
Okay.
No, I gotta turn around. And I'm gonna come backwards and scoot back this way. Okay.
All right, man. Come on, baby. You're good.
This kind of high.
Yeah,
Let us know what else we can do to help.
4 inches you gotta get up.
Give me a minute.
Take your time.
Get this deep breath.
1, 2.
All right.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Keep on coming towards.
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
On there.
We may have to kind of squeeze through some of the doors, but we're gonna do it, okay?
Getting her on the stretcher is the easy part, but as she's literally too wide to fit through the door. It's not uncommon that this happens with patients on the show, but every time it happens, I just cannot help but feel shocked that someone can get that wide. And I mean, we've even seen before, like with Penny, where they had to take out entire door frames to get them through. The ambulance crew, though, have to shove Lashanta's fat into the stretcher so that it doesn't hang over, just so she can fit through the door.
Ready, Go in first. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's good enough. Good enough. Good.
Oh, stop.
Back. Hold up. Come on. Timothy, Calvin, push down. Ready? Wait, what's you first? Keep checking. All right. A little further. Just don't go on. Don't go on.
How you doing, man?
All right.
Just hold the stretcher down. We're good. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
I want to face this.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You understand if we turn you around, you get in a car accident, that's part of the end.
Right.
All right.
1, 2, 3. 1,
2,
3.
All right. There you go. All right. Boom. Thank you, Dave.
Put the pillows right here. I'm gonna be right here. I'm good.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. Take care of yourself, all right?
All right. I made it. I made it.
Transporting a 600-pound patient just always shocks me, because it can sometimes be hard to see actually how morbidly obese they are. And I mean, needing a team of 10 people to move you is just insane, and the fear of not fitting through a front door is just crazy. However, they got her through though, and Lashanta now has a 7-hour drive to Houston, but thankfully she's brought some quality reading material with her.
Being back here is a little uncomfortable, and I'm worried about being in here for the next 6 to 7 hours. But I know if I get something to eat, then I'm not gonna worry about it, because food helps me deal with anything, and I just need something to help get me there.
Bringing takeaway menus when you've just had a team of 10 EMTs carry out the door has to be one of the funniest moments that I've seen on the show. She literally does not care. That's just probably the reason many of the crew will have a bad back for a few days from lifting her, because she's too busy ordering more food to eat, literally on the way to her appointment to try and get weight loss surgery.
With all this, I hardly had time to eat today, so I'm starving. I brought my coupons because I knew what we'd be doing today, so I'm ready for this. It's like my little reward for pushing myself and doing this.
Hey, can I get an 8-piece with 2 side fries and mashed potatoes?
Sheila!
Lord, that's small.
Put that window down.
Lord.
I know her. Put that window down. Sheila! Listen to me good. I want what's on that coupon. Give me fried and give me mashed potato. And look. Thank you, honey. It was a nice surprise being able to show my friend I'm out and being active like this. I hadn't seen her in years, and she knew I'd been bedridden, so I think that blew her mind. I've been hidden away for so long, and it feels really good to be out. And I'm also feeling really proud of myself right now because I'm making this effort to do this and save my life. But I'm fighting instead of giving up, and I'm feeling really hopeful right now.
Things like this are just all too common with patients on the show. They reward themselves with food for doing the most basic things. Now, look, I get she hasn't left the house in years, and it's probably a big step for her, but she's not exactly doing it the best way by eating a bucket of fried chicken on the way there. And the fact that she thinks her friend would be proud of her too is a bit strange, considering she's still eating the same way that left her housebound. Once Lashanta arrives at the hospital in Houston, Dr. Now was keen to understand a bit more about her eating habits, to learn how she got to be this size.
How long you been in bedridden?
About 2 years or something.
2 years?
Yeah, 2 years and a half, something like that.
Okay. Can you get in wheelchair?
Oh no, I'm not able to stand and get in a wheelchair.
Okay. But despite that, you still continue eating and making your situation worse all these years. Why is that?
I don't know, I be wanting when I want it.
So if
I
you
be
keep
hungry.
doing that, you're not gonna live too long. You know that, right? But you don't believe it.
You know how you get something in your head and it go out of one ear and it go out the other?
So what you're telling me is, you know the food is gonna kill you soon, but you're ignoring that fact and you refuse to change your behavior. So then why are you here?
That's why I want to make a change. I want to make the change.
Well, what's been holding you for the past 2 years to make the changes?
I don't know.
You know the answer is that you don't want to give up food.
You're right.
So how are we going to correct that problem?
I'm going to eat healthy.
Just like that you're going to start now.
Yeah.
Well, you say that. But what I'm asking you is, if you haven't cared enough to do that before, what makes doing this now any different?
This my second chance.
Okay, but your chance, it depends on you. Okay, we see a lot of people that they have this intention to lose weight, but they come here, they want us to do something to make them lose weight, but you still continue to do the same thing.
I know, but I know it starts from me. I know I got to make the change.
Okay.
Now, she's obviously in pretty bad shape. Her legs have atrophied because of being in bed for over 2 years, which means that they've got no muscle on them, and her weight is even higher than she thought, as she weighs 662 pounds. Thankfully, she doesn't have any immediate health risks that would keep her in the hospital, so she can return home and start her diet on her own, which, as we'll come to see, won't be the best diet.
So I'm gonna give you a high protein, low carb, 1,200 calorie a day diet.
Okay.
And I want you to start on that immediately, okay?
Okay.
Aside from that, you're gonna have to start doing some exercise. An hour of exercise in the morning, an hour in the afternoon. 2 hours of exercise. So I'll give you an exercise plan for that too. That includes some leg workouts. Because there's no reason for you to be in this bed any longer.
All right.
And if you stick to all that, you should be able to lose 50 pounds in 1 month easily.
Although Lashanta knows that this is her last chance to save her life, I think she's not fully aware of just how big of a change this is going to be for her. She's going to have to go from eating over 10,000 calories a day probably to just 1,200. And as she spends pretty much the entire day eating, she's going to get bored very fast. It doesn't start well when she gets home though, especially as she starts making fried chicken again from her bed.
It's been a couple of weeks since my appointment with Dr. Now, and I've been working on stuff I'm supposed to be working on, but there's a lot to do. I keep going over his diet, and nothing I really like or want is on the list of what I can't have. It's just like every food I like, it's gone. So I'm still trying to figure it out. Here, take all this. I'm gonna do my exercise. The exercise haven't been too bad though. Some of them I can do everything I need, like my arms and upper body. But there are a lot of lower body ones that Dr. Na gave me too, that I can't do because I'm immobile. Like trying to stand and put weight on my legs. But I'm trying to do as much as I can because I do want to make progress.
The whole point of the exercise is to help her to become mobile. She hasn't used her legs in over 2 years, So of course it's going to be painful, but she needs to push through, and starting off her diet with fried chicken is ridiculous. But Lashanta doesn't have the best support at home though, when JT reveals that he actually doesn't want his girlfriend to lose any weight, even if it's killing her.
So we both trying to find the balance we need. Because when we got back, he talked to me about being worried that I would lose too much weight. And I told him I'm still gonna be sexy, no matter how much I lose.
I've always been attracted to big women. So when I see Lashanta is continuing to lose weight, like, I worry a little bit.
Things only escalate from there as JT actually breaks up with Lashanta a couple of weeks later because he doesn't want her to lose any weight.
The last couple of weeks, things have been really bad because JT and me broke up. I know he'd been worried about me losing too much weight, but I thought I still had his support to do this. And he just said if I lost the weight, he wouldn't be attracted to me no more. And then he left me. So I don't know what to do right now. Without JT, I don't have anyone to help me no more. And that changes all the plans for Houston too. So I'm really depressed about all this because it feels like every time I try to turn my life around and get my head above water, it just feels like something there to trip me up and drag me back down.
JT leaving Lashanta is honestly pretty crazy. What kind of person would he be to leave her just because she's losing weight? Clearly he was just with her because of a fetish and he didn't really care who Lashanta was outside of her weight. And things really spiral for Lashanta, as without JT she can't travel down to Houston to make an next appointment with Dr. Now. But she is a grown woman and could have easily rang Dr. Now to ask for a telephone appointment instead. Dr. Now tries calling her, but she refuses to answer the phone. Eventually though, she does pick up, and Dr. Now isn't happy.
You show me you're sticking to the diet. So why haven't you been back to see us?
Well, the reason why I haven't been coming is that I had a lot going on in my life. Because I'm going through some financial stuff and me and Babe, my boyfriend, not together no more.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but usually when someone gives me the excuses, it means they haven't been doing the diet. So is that what's going on with you?
I must confess, Dr. Now, I've been cheating.
What happened to all the positivity about turning your life around and telling me you're ready to do whatever it takes?
I don't know. It's just been a lot harder than I thought.
So what? Does that mean that you should just give up on your health and your life?
No, I don't think that.
Okay then, it is time to start taking responsibility and prioritize your health and save your life. Is that something you think you can do?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do better. I promise.
Okay, but you don't have any more time to waste, Lashanta. You're 5'2" and almost 700 pounds. That is a lot of strain on your body. And you're going to get to a breaking point soon. So if you wanted to do this, you need to do this now. If not, then we're done.
Oh, Dr. Now, give me a second chance.
I'm telling you, that second chance is up to you. You have to do your part and stop making excuses. You haven't done the diet and what you need, and you miss your appointment. And if you want me to believe that you really mean it, when you say you want to do this, then you have to do better.
I know I got to do better, so I'm going to come down for the visit.
Okay, then I'm going to give you one more month. But here's the deal. If you're sticking to the diet like you should, then you'll be losing more than 50 pounds a month easily. So for every month I don't see you from now, I'm adding another 50 pounds to your weight loss goal. So if you come down in a month, I should see 100 pounds weight loss with you. If it is 2 months from now, then 150 pounds.
Lashanta never stuck to the diet in the first place. She was eating fried chicken in front of the camera, so God only knows what she was eating when they weren't filming. She agrees to see Dr. Now in person for another appointment with the goal of losing 50 pounds by then. And her second chance doesn't get off to a good start either, as her son brings her a takeaway because she's stressed about finding an apartment in Houston.
Yeah, baby.
Well, let me tell you what's going on.
I thought you wasn't supposed to have it.
Baby, look at this.
You're thirsty, huh?
Yeah, I'm thirsty, nerves bad. I hope I get this house. The lady, she giving me a runaround about the house.
Yeah.
Give me a plate, I'm gonna give you some of this.
The pressure Lashanta puts on her kids is awful, because without JT, they now have to do all of her care. They're in a horrible situation too, as they know she shouldn't be eating the takeaways, but they feel like they've got no choice but to get her what she wants because of the backlash if they don't. It takes Lashanta 6 months to see Dr. Now again, as she finally moves to Houston in a new apartment with her sons. It was all such a waste of time, because if she'd stuck to her diet in those 6 months, she could have lost probably over 300 pounds by this point. Instead of improving this over time, she's now in an even worse position than when she first arrived in Houston 6 months ago. With JT gone, it seems like she's been doing all of her personal hygiene herself, and it shows.
I'm concerned about how Lashanta looks right now. Bringing her here by medical transport helped make sure she didn't develop any issues on the road that could be life-threatening. But her overall condition has appeared to have deteriorated, and she's not taking care of herself. You can smell she hasn't bathed, and if her boyfriend helped her with her hygiene since he's gone, she may just have given up on that. And if that's the case, she's likely stopped taking care of herself completely right now. And from the looks of it, she's even bigger now than she was 6 months ago. So my big concern right now is how much her health has declined since she was last here.
Lashanta looks even bigger than she was before, and Dr. Now is starting to lose hope that she'll want to change, as 6 months in from starting the program, she's spiraling in the opposite direction. And because of this, her health risks dramatically increase, and Dr. Now is seriously concerned that her life probably will be on the line. While running some tests, Dr. Now wants to know where Lashanta has been getting the food from since she's broken up with JT, as he can't bring it to her anymore, and shockingly, she tries to blame it on her neighbour forcing her to eat.
You still don't seem to be getting a lot of activity. What is your ability to stand up?
I've been trying, but it's been kind of slim.
Well, if you still can't get up and your boyfriend is gone, who's bringing you food?
The man across the street, my neighbor.
He's trying to kill you or what?
And he always calling me. Lashanta, you want me to go to the store for you?
Lashanta, don't waste your breath with some game where you pretend your neighbor is forcing you to eat. You find another person to manipulate into enabling you. So you're the one doing it. So when are you going to stop?
I'm going to stop eating the food, Dr. Now.
When? This has been 6 months we've seen you and you haven't made any effort to lose any weight.
Playtime over.
You said that last time, and you keep saying that, but you gained. So this is all just a game to you, when you try to manipulate everyone to do what you want. And you think that includes me, and it doesn't. You have to prove to me what you're saying, but you haven't. So why should I believe it's going to be any different with you this time?
Because I didn't travel all these miles to get down here to change my life around. And I can't go back to what I've been doing.
Well, you could have changed your life when you were in Louisiana. If you know you can't continue doing this, then what stopped you from doing it last time?
Lashanta acts like she has no control over her life, and makes so many excuses as to how her situation is everyone else's fault. Honestly, she feels like a very selfish person and loves to blame other people for her mistakes. Because she's had another 6 months of being bedbound, her health has just become even worse, as all of her organs were already under immense stress, and that's just gotten worse. Lashanta has no other choice but to be put on a calorie-controlled diet and kept inside the hospital. If she goes home, she'll probably just eat herself to death.
Today we are discharging Shanta from the hospital and sending her home. For the past month, we've had to keep her here to address a number of medical issues she developed that were very dangerous for her. She had problems with her kidneys, and her whole pulmonary system was very weak. So my concern was if we send her home, she would not have lived for much longer. So we admitted her to treat those issues, and also put her on controlled diet to work on getting her weight down, because she was up to 680 now. So in the past 6 months, instead of losing any weight, she gained 27 pounds. But while she was here, we got her weight down to 579 pounds as of today. So that's a weight loss of 110 pounds in 1 month for her. So that should show her what it actually looks like when she's on a diet. We also have had PT working with her to try and get her standing again. But she's been very resistant to that. So I'm sending her home with 2 goals. The first is I'm giving her 2 months to lose 100 pounds on her own. The second is I want her to get up and out of her bed and put her weight on her legs for a few seconds without any assistance. If she meets those 2 goals by her next appointment, then I'll approve her for weight loss surgery. But if she doesn't, then I'm done with all her excuses and promises.
Dr. Now's intervention obviously saved her life. If she was in such a bad shape that she kept going at this at home, she wouldn't have survived much longer. But instead of being grateful, Lashanta is annoyed because going on the diet shocked her and she didn't like the food, which honestly isn't surprising. Once Lashanta's back at her apartment in Houston, she starts seeing a therapist to work through some of her emotional issues related to food. But instead of helping her, it has the opposite effect, as her cravings increase dramatically and Lashanta finds it impossible to stick to her diet.
I got a taste for some pizza.
You got us some pizza, but you can't get none.
Shana, I can't take this. I just need about 2-3 slices, and I could work it off.
You have to lose the weight.
I done salad it out. I done chicken it out. I done fish it out. I need some grease.
Thank you for calling.
Can I have me a pepperoni pizza? I want half pepperoni and half sausage.
Okay. We'll be there in about 30 minutes.
Thank you.
Not only is Lashanta ordering what she shouldn't, but she's also putting her youngest son in a very awkward position. He's only 12, and yet he's having to convince his own mom not to go off a diet. She's putting a ridiculous amount of pressure on her kids, forcing them to move to Houston to take care of her, setting up their apartment by themselves, feeding her and them, and yet still chooses to go off a diet because she can't resist her cravings. Lashanta always puts herself first, and doesn't know how to do anything else.
I have 1 more month before I see Dr. Now again, and I'm still determined to hit my goal. I haven't been able to stand yet with physical therapy like Dr. Now wants, but I know I'm going to be able to keep losing and get to my goal so I can get weight loss surgery. I just have my moments where I struggle right now, but I'm trying the best I can because I know if I mess this up, Dr. Now said he's going to kick me out the program. So I can't let that happen.
The irony of this entire situation is pretty insane. Lashanta's talking about how determined she is while eating an extra large pizza in bed the day before her appointment. Her son looks so devastated bringing the food as well. And the worst part is that she didn't even order any for him, and he'll have to make his own food by himself. Even if Lashanta has lost weight, which honestly I doubt she has, it won't mean much anyway, as she's still refusing to stand up for even a few seconds. She isn't engaging with her PT or sticking to the diet, so there's really no point she should be in Dr. Now's program at this point.
You were 579 pounds when you left the hospital 2 months ago, and you were supposed to lose 100 pounds. So you should be 479 pounds today. But today you're at 576. You lost the whole 3 pounds. So it's clear you went home and you didn't do your diet. And keep saying, I'm going to do it, give me the chance. We've given you every chance possible now. And you got to kill yourself with the food. And there's nothing we can do to stop you from that. You keep promising and begging for another chance. This is all just a game to you, and you ran out of time. You've had the chance to do this for 9 months now, but instead you keep lying to yourself and keep lying to me. So at this point, all the evidence is telling me that you're never going to lose the weight.
I am going to lose the weight, Dr. Now.
What do you mean?
I'm not about to come. I ain't come down here for nothing.
Yes, you did. You come down here for nothing. Because you think you can do the same thing here that you did back home. Nothing is different with you except your location. So you made your choice. And your choice is to kill yourself with food.
Give me 1 more chance.
No, we gave you all the chance you need. There's nothing we can do.
You could give me 1 more chance, Doctor.
Well, you have to give yourself the chance, not
I am
me.
going to give myself a chance, but I want you to give me 1 month.
No, Lashanta, you're not going to give you a chance. You're going to kill yourself with the food. One of these days, I'm going to get called that they find you dead, or you had a chest pain, a heart attack, your body gave out, and this is it. You know how many people, they tell me the same story?
Lashanta has proven time and time again that she won't lose the weight on her own. The only way she has been when Dr. Now's literally kept her in the hospital and fed her a controlled diet. That obviously isn't sustainable, because when she gets back home, she's just going to gain all the weight back again. But despite this, Lashanta begs Dr. Now for another chance.
No, you're not going to lose it.
Yes, I am. I'm going to show you. Give me 1 more month. Don't shut the door on me right now.
I'm not shutting it. You are.
I'm going to lose the weight. Give me one more month.
No. I don't believe a word you say, because you keep lying and keep lying to yourself. And there's nothing more I can do for you.
I can't go home like this. I can't go home. I can't go home like this. Like it's over? No, I can't do this. You gotta give me 1 month. You gotta give me 1 month to lose the weight. I can't go home and tell my children that it's over. I can't go home and tell my mama that it's over. I can't. You gotta give me 1 more month. I'm asking you. Give me 1 more month.
You've had 9 already.
I don't want to be kicked out the program.
You never started the program. To do the program, you have to follow the diet. You haven't done that, so what program have you been participating in? Because it's not this one.
Won't you just give me one more chance, Dr. Now?
One more chance will just lead you to come back and tell me you need one more chance.
No, I ain't gonna tell you no more. After this, I ain't gonna tell you no more. You ain't gonna hear nothing from me no more. Say
Okay,
one
you got
more.
all the time you want. You want 1 month, you have it. You want 2 months, you have it. Be my guest. I'll make you the same deal as all the other patients who make the choice you have. But if you want to come back, then lose the weight. I'm not making any more appointments with you. But after that, you're on your own because you get your diet instruction and you get all the tools you need. So don't call me unless you lose the weight. And if you lose 50 pounds, then I'll continue working with you. But if you call me and you tell me you lost the weight and we get here and you haven't, then you go right back home unless you have a medical emergency. But otherwise, we're done. Okay?
Okay,
Lose your weight.
I am.
I don't believe you. I believe the scale.
The fact that Dr. Now says that Lashanta hasn't even started the program is just so true. She hasn't made any attempt on her own to follow the plan. The only thing she did is work with a therapist, which she then used as an excuse to overeat. Surprisingly, Lashanta actually requests to come back and see Dr. Now a month later, because she's adamant she's lost another 50 pounds in the past month.
I know I lost the weight this time. And if he just give me a second chance, I could prove it to him. But I really have no idea how much I've lost. And Dr. Now is going to be extremely upset with me if I didn't do it.
Lashanta called me and she told me that she thinks she's making progress now and that she believes she hit her weight loss goal. So we brought her back to the hospital to check her weight, and we'll do just like we told her. We'll see what the scale says, and if she's finally making the progress she needs, then we'll continue working with her. If not, as long as she doesn't have any life-threatening issues, we'll send her back home immediately because we're not playing any more games with her. Hello, Shanta.
Hi, Dr. Now.
Dr. Now is so sick of her excuses by this point and has been courteous enough to allow her to come back. But if she hasn't lost any weight, this will again be a massive waste of his time.
So you should be at 526 today, and you are at 529, and that's loss of 47 pounds. So you lost some weight, not quite 50, but we'll round up for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. So it seems like you finally figured out what to do to lose some weight and stick with your diet.
And I know, I'm just as shocked as you. This loss is totally out of character for Lashanta. She's spent 8 months by this point making excuses, and now she's actually gone and lost 50 pounds. Dr. Now even approves her for weight loss surgery, on the condition that she can get up and walk before she has the procedure. Dr. Now admits Lashanta to the hospital so she can work with the P daily to get her walking and to run some tests before the surgery. By the end of her episode, Lashanta is well on her way to having surgery, which she eventually gets in her follow-up Where Are They Now episode. Since filming, Lashanta hasn't shared any real updates on her progress, despite having a very active online presence. She surprisingly has nearly 250,000 followers on Instagram. However, I guess the majority are bots, as most of the posts only get a handful of likes. She posts videos of herself singing various jingles, normally paid commissions by her fans asking for birthday shoutouts. And out of curiosity, I did request a jingle from Lashanta, but at $75 I don't think I'm going to pay that. And not to be too mean, I have an idea of where the money would go for Lashanta, and I don't really want to support that. So I thought a better use of the money would be to go to my local food bank. I'd rather give money to people who really need it than Lashanta to order another few pizzas. Anyway, if I had to guess, I'd say Lashanta hasn't lost more than 150 pounds since the beginning of her show. Her face in the recent posts seemed to be very similar as to when she first started, and I feel like if she'd lost more weight, she definitely would have posted about it. Anyway, if you want to watch someone who's a bit more successful on my 600 pound life, click the video that's on your screen now. Follow my Instagram at BigCraigYT, subscribe so you don't miss a video, and subscribe to my compilation channel if you want to watch longer videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.